Okay, so when he told you he'd be gone for 2 years, what was your feeling? What did you say?
Well, everybody
Did you
had
say,
to,
we're going to date? Was there an
everybody
agreement?
had to go in the service, so I expected it. He had his number pushed up, him and a friend, Bob Rooney, and they had their number pushed up, so they went in relatively quick. And I waited all that 2 years for him.
But before that, didn't he want a commitment where you wouldn't date? And you said, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. Tell me about that.
Yeah. He asked me, I suppose you're not going to go out with anybody. And I said, well, I probably will if I get asked, because I couldn't promise I would not do anything for 2 years. So that's what happened. He went away, and I never did actually date. I went out with my brother's boyfriends a lot. They asked me to proms or things when they couldn't get a date. They'd always ask Dolores. They're
So you kept busy during that time.
yes.
And then at that time, did you write to now, Dad?
I wrote to Daddy every day.
You wrote to Daddy every day. How did you know where to write to?
Well, he gave me his APO number or whatever it is. Wherever he was, it found him.
You would write to the Army, whatever, and
Yes.
it would find him whether he's...
Probably Army Postal something
and
or
did he write you back?
yes, he did write me back.
From different countries or
For
what?
wherever he traveled, he wrote me back until he missed one letter one day. Then he didn't write me again until he came home.
What do you mean? Did you missed writing him at one point?
Yes, one day I went out on a date with somebody, and
You went on a date with somebody?
yes, and I came home, and the next day I didn't get my letter, or the 2 days later I didn't get my letter, and I never got another letter until he arrived home.
Had you been thinking about him then still?
Of course,
during that
of
time?
course. I really truly always loved Ron. Yes.
And were you going to? Was this during the time you were going to church in the Friday night Divina? Saying prayers?
I went to church every Sunday,
And
and
what was your prayer about that during that time when he was gone?
my prayer was to keep him safe, protected from anything, and to come home safely. That was my biggest thing, because things were going on then, and he wasn't really in the worst of it, but it could have gotten hurt, but he didn't. And he came home, and I think the second night he was in Brainerd.
Or in Chicago?
In Chicago, he came rumbling up the street, and there was Ron, waiting, looking for me. I thought, oh, isn't that sweet? But I was looking for him, too.
So this is when he got back from his
His tour, yeah.
So he was gone 2 years or whatever
Yeah,
it was.
yeah, a little short of 2 years, I
And
think.
the moment he got back to Chicago,
He went straight to the bar.
okay, but after that, then he must have come rumbling by at some point then.
Yes, and he came about 2-3 days later. He came by the house, and I was standing outside talking to our neighbors, and up came this Ronald Lindner driving by. Yep, and he stopped, and then we picked up just where we left off.
You did?
Yes, and I never dated after I went to the junior prom, no.
Oh, my goodness. And did you know then that this would be the man for you? Was there something similar in
Yeah,
how you were
I kind of
about
knew it.
you?
I can't say that I didn't date, because I did, but I never got serious with anybody, because I had a few dates, but they weren't really, they were more friends.
But Dad was the one that was in your heart.
Yes, he got stuck in there.
Yeah. And then I remember you saying, Lord, if this is the man for me.
Yeah. I did
your
always
prayers.
ask God, if he is the man for me, Father, protect him. Yes.
Yeah. And do you remember meeting his family then further
Yep.
down the road?
Yep. I met his family. Even when I graduated and he wasn't in town, they came over and watched my graduation.
They did?
Their house was only a half a block from our school. Yeah.
Yeah. So they had gotten to know you and
Yes.
you spent time with them and
Yes.
had you...
Yes. Well, they were a very warm, friendly Polish family, very gracious, very sweet.
And you remember his grandmother, was she on the scene living there as well?
Busha was living there, yeah. Busha was living there in their same apartment with Grandpa and Grandma, yes.
Was there anything different in how they were living compared to how you were living?
No, we were kind of middle class people in Chicago, worked hard for your pay.
Close-knit family?
Yep. Yeah. They had a real close-knit family.
Well, how so?
Grandma Lindner had, let's see, three or four sisters, I think, and they were all close sisters. The sisters can be always, they're very close. And not Papa. I didn't. Papa's family I didn't know, but Grandma's I did.
And did you call her Estelle, or what did you call her?
I called her Mom.
And you called her Mom,
After-
and you
yeah.
called him what?
Grandpa.
Pop.
Papa. Yeah, he
And
was.
what did
He was our Papa because he,
Yeah, so it was very sweet that you called them Mom and Pops.
yeah.
That's really, really precious. How and when did you get engaged?
I don't think we got engaged, but we went out to a restaurant, I think on North Avenue, and Dad asked me to marry him. He always tells everybody I asked him, but you can't pay him no, never mind. But anyhow, we were in the restaurant, and he asked me to marry him, and we didn't have any engagement ring. I had a wedding band when I got married.
Yeah. How old were you?
I probably was about 18 and a half, something like that. 18.
You got
'Cause
married. You got married in 1956.
Yep. I was 20 years old.
Yeah. So you were 20 years old, not. Yeah. So you were 20 and he was 22 when you married.
I don't know. I'd have to count I don't really remember. He was 21 or 22.
1936,
Yep.
and that you'd be 20.
I was 20, but Daddy was
22.
22.
And where did you get married at?
We got married at my church, St. Genevieve.
Do you remember who stood up in your wedding?
Yes, my maid of honor, Carol Killenberg, or Carol Stump. She lived right behind me. Mary Shaw lived right next door to me. My cousin Barbara. That's all I can remember now.
And who did Dad have stand up for him?
Of course, his brother Al. He was little. His cousins Neil and Eddie Jr. That's who stood up for him.